The new school Marquardt is 14 years old. He lives with his family in Cardiff in Wales. He lives with his family in a small flat in Westgate Street near Butte Park. His parents come from Nigeria, a country in Africa, but Marquardt feels British because his home is here, in Britain. Today is a very important day for him because it's his first day at the new school, new classmates, new teachers, new everything. School starts at about 9:15, but before going to school, Marquardt has to take his two little sisters to their schools. One is at nursery school and the other is at primary school. Marquardt's mother always says to him, "School is important, Marquardt, but you have to help at home too." Marquardt knows this and he usually helps his mother at home. When he's got time, he also works in his father's supermarket. Marquardt doesn't like working in the supermarket because he finds it really boring. He prefers reading and studying, but his father doesn't understand this, Marquardt. You study too much. Why don't you work for me and make some money? I know school is important, but money is too. His mom and dad always talk about money. They work very hard, and they make enough money to look after the family and the house. They also send money back to Nigeria, where Marquardt's grandparents still live. Marquardt's mother always says that they need the money. Poor grandma and grandpa, thinks Marquardt to himself. Marquardt wants to study. When he finishes school, he wants to go to Cardiff University, and then he wants to find a job as a journalist. It's very hard when you have to study and work at the same time, but he knows he can do it. Marquardt learns things very fast, faster than his classmates. All his teachers know this, and one of them, his English teacher, always says, "You have to keep studying, Marquardt, because you've got a bright future ahead of you." In class, Marquardt sits at the front. There is always a free desk there. His new class mates don't usually like sitting at the front because they're too close to the teacher. They like sitting at the back. The boy sitting next to Marquardt is small and wears glasses. Marquardt smiles at him and says, "Hi, I'm..." But he doesn't finish his sentence because the boy puts a finger to his lips and says, "Shh." Just then, the teacher walks in and explains what they are going to study this year. Then he calls out everybody's name. When he says, "Marquardt," all the other students look at him because his name isn't English. The small boy sitting next to him asks, "What's your name?" But he doesn't wait for Marquardt to answer. He just laughs. The next day, when Marquardt goes and sits at his desk, he's all alone. Marquardt's classmates don't talk to him very much. At school, Marquardt knows everything. He always answers the teacher's questions, and he always does his homework. "He's a swot," says the small boy with the glasses. He doesn't like Marquardt. Kylie and Jay are two girls in his class. They sometimes talk to Marquardt, but he's very shy and quiet. He just answers yes or no when they ask him something. He doesn't talk to anyone because he thinks that nobody likes him. "My skin's black," he says to his mom, "and I'm very good at school. That's why nobody likes me." His mother looks at him, confused. "Marquardt, that's ridiculous."